Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. On the program, Governor Sanwalu presents a scorecard of his administration. The focus on this week's edition is what the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwalu, has done in the last 2 years as he gives his account of stewardship, saying his administration has delivered on its policies and programs as promised to the electorate.
Thank you, ma'am. On my right hand side.
2 years ago, Mr. Babajide Sanwalu took his oath of office as the 15th elected governor of Lagos State.
I, Babajide Sanwalu, do solemnly swear that as the governor of Lagos State, I will discharge my duties faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law, and always in the interest of the sovereignty, the integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of Lagos State of Nigeria. I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directives, principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Going by his promise of continuity, Governor Sanwalu, alongside his deputy and cabinet members, swung into action immediately, focusing on infrastructure development, particularly road construction and rehabilitation, housing, empowerment program, and many other projects. It's already over 731 days since Governor Sanwalu and his team assumed office, and the Lagos State government engages the public on what has been achieved in the last 2 years of this administration.
For the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Kadiri Obafemi Hamzat. Can I hear your applause, please?
The Deputy Governor, Kadiri Hamzat, takes the lead with his presentation.
At our inauguration on May 29, 2019, we knew that a significant day like this will come in the life of the Sanwalu-led administration. A day when accountability will be a duty discharged with abundant joy and confidence, because the voices of performances will be loud and very clear in every part of the state, across the 57 local government and local council development areas and the 377 wards. A day on which we will have to render an account of our stewardship to the people of Lagos. So we knew a day when every stakeholder will gather together like today to review the grounds that we've covered on our journey to a greater Lagos and to behold the beautiful images that are emerging from the sketches of today. We know a day like this will come, but we were confident because we know that the captain of our team, Mr. Babajide Sanwalu, will do everything that needs to be done. We use all the energies that God has given him to make sure that Lagos continues to progress. So today is not just to render an account of the stewardship in the last 731 days, but a day to offer to you, our good people, a glimpse also into the future of Lagos that will conclude the accountability report by the captain of the Lagos State team, my brother and friend, Governor Babajide Sanwalu. Lagosians, and of course our employers, because in Lagos we pursue shared prosperity and shared responsibility. In the spirit of that, I want you to know that we have handled the mandate you bestowed on us with reverence, humility, and solemnity. In diligence as custodians of your mandate, we have been greatly inspired and reawakened by the enormity of your confidence in our ability to transform Lagos for distinction and for administration. With the team's agenda as our compass, we have a beautiful story to tell. Lagos is on a path of interminable development. The day has come for a wrap-up of the 6-week-long stewardship accounts rendered by our colleagues in the cabinet, by our commissioners, special advisors, and head of government ministry, department, and agencies. So today our team captain, Mr. Sanwalu, who is the governor of our state, will present the scorecard of our administration in the last 2 years. While its presentation will highlight our achievements, I will not want us to miss the symbolism on this very important occasion, which is purposefully to entrench accountability in the political adventures of our state and, of course, Nigeria. From this day onward, by our gathering this afternoon, we have signed a social creed that confers the obligation for timely, regular, and purposeful accountability to Lagosians in our different offices, in our different roles and capacities. We know and we understand that we owe Lagosians progress reports. So, because of what Lagosians have also seen, we are proud to say the things that we have done and the things that we will do.
Our Governor,
Mr. Babajide.
To put the scorecard into proper perspective, Governor Sanwalu details the achievement made in the state around his team's agenda, an acronym for traffic management and transportation, health and environment, education and technology, making Lagos a 21st century economy, entertainment and tourism, then security and governance.
It is actually impossible for me to provide a detailed account on a daily basis of what we've done for the past 729 days. However, the smoothness on the newly constructed and rehabilitated over 300 inner roads and 20 and 37 LCDA and on some of our major arteries are just a small, verifiable testament to some of our achievements in our first pillar, which is traffic management and transportation. Is it from Milverton Road to Thompson Road in Ikoyi, or is it from Adiola Deku, Adiola Hopewell to Akiadeshola and Adiola Deku that were working in Victoria Island? Is it from Demure Street or Church Street in Koshofe to Buba Marwa and the Navy Town Road in Ojo? Is it from Sholui to St. Finbar's Road in Akoka to the reconstruction going on the Wire Road? Is it from Shobo Arobiodu or Dudua Way in Ikeja to Aradagun Road and Hospital Road in Badagry? Is it from Jimo Odutola and Babsanima Sham in Surulere to Egon and Camp David Road in Alimosho? We can go on and on. We have also concluded works on some strategic roads across the states. The phase 1 of the Lagos-Badagry Express Road from Agboju to Trade Fair, which is a 10-lane, is ongoing. Lagos-Badagry will push it to Kokomaiko when we finish that phase. Or is it the 13.6 kilometers from Abule Egba on the BRT corridor from Oshodi to Abule Egba? Is it the phase 1 of the 6 kilometers from Ijede to Itamagon? But work is also going on at Obasekumade and Ipakodo Road in Korodu. We're doing the 7.8 kilometer at Owutu on Agric Ishawa Road, also in Okorodu. We're pushing on the 19.37 kilometer at Ijegun, Ijagemo in Alimosho. We're pushing on all the boundaries around Alimosho and Agbodo-Oke towards the Ogun State. The phase 1 of the famous Lekki-Ekpe Express Road, which is an 18.7 kilometer road which stretches from Eleko Junction all the way to Ekpe Junction, is a 6-lane rigid pavement concrete road that we're doing. The phase 2 of it, we believe once phase 1 is completed, which will be a 26.7 kilometer beginning from Abramade Sonya roundabout, taking you straight to Eleko Junction. It is also, thank you, it is also my pleasure to inform you that the Lekki Regional Road, which passes through VGC, Chevron, Ajiron, will come out at Freedom Road. It's at high speed, which is almost 9.8 kilometers, with a bridge component in it, as currently being experienced by citizens at Okoba, Iju, and Okekoto in Agege local government, where we have delivered the famous Penn Cinema Bridge, which when we inherited this government, it was less than 20% at completion. Other efforts in this regard include various junction improvements and reconfiguration. At the first and second roundabout in Lekki, on Allen Avenue roundabout, Aja roundabout, Igondo roundabout.
The housing sector is one major area the state government is paying so much attention by delivering affordable homes to residents.
On housing, we say that adequate and sustainable affordable housing remain a challenge which is fueled by urbanization. We know how many number of people come to Lagos on a daily basis. This trend had continued to ensure that our housing deficit appears to be growing. But our government are not just sitting back. We are facing this challenge frontally, and I'm glad to announce that we are almost completing 1,800 units at Shongotedo in Lekki area. We're almost completing 660 units at Agbowa in Ikorodu. We're almost completing 480 units at Ajara in Badagry, an additional 120 units in Elegushi, Ibeju-Lekki area. These are some of our own testimonial and attempt to ensure that we reduce the housing stock in our state. And we're also working with the private sector. We're identifying people that are serious, and we're working with them to ensure that we can indeed provide land for them so that they also can develop for our citizens at an affordable rate and at a rate in which mortgages also can be offered to them.
So far, 360 housing units in Igbogbo Ikorodu is completed, 252 units in Idale Badagry also completed, 84 units of Lagos homes in Lekki Phase 2 ready and occupied, 132 housing units in Ekponri, 120 units in Igbokushu in Lekki, and 492 units of Latif Jakonde Housing Estate Igondo, all delivered to the people of Lagos.
Dear Lagosians, the second wave of the deadly coronavirus pandemic is here. Its new strain is easily transmitted and deadlier. Coronavirus symptoms are fever, dry cough, tiredness, difficulty in breathing. We can all prevent the spread of this virus through appropriate and regular use of face masks, avoiding close contact with people who are at high risk, washing our hands regularly with soap and running water, especially after visiting the toilet, before eating and after coughing or sneezing, using alcohol-based hand sanitizer, maintaining at least 1.5 meters or 5 feet distance from anyone coughing or sneezing, covering our mouths with tissue while coughing or sneezing, and thrashing the tissue. If you feel unwell and show symptoms of coronavirus, or you notice anyone who does, please call the Lagos State Emergency Hotlines 08000 ECOMED or 0803 3356 5529. Many are dead. Don't fall victim or die in ignorance. Report now. Together, we will overcome this challenge. Igbega Ipinle Eko, Ajumosheni, Lagos State Government. Announcer.
Still on Governor Sanwo-Olu's achievements, he says the education, entertainment, agriculture, and indeed many other sectors has received major investments in supporting the people of Lagos. The governor promised to deliver more people-oriented projects within the next 24 months. Take a listen.
The year 2020 ushered in a different challenge of health crisis, where the Lagos State government had to battle with the COVID-19 pandemic. The deadly virus came with a negative impact, but it also created an opportunity for investment, especially in the health and education sector, as well as youth empowerment. According to the governor, there is more for the people of Lagos.
Lagos has been the national epicenter of the pandemic. Our robust response as an administration, of course in partnership with the private sector and the federal government, has played an important role at ensuring that the outcomes is commendable and what we have seen all around our country. Lagos led that conversation. Lagos led in identifying and ensuring that both the first wave and the second wave came under an imaginable and a controlled level. And I think we all deserve a round of applause for that. But it's also important to note that the situation that the pandemic presented for us an opportunity to showcase the best in our state. I must admit that we witnessed an improved capacity and capability in the area of infrastructure and personnel training. Aside the ongoing renovation that we have in some of our comprehensive health facility at Ibutemeta General Hospital, Harvey Road Health Center, the General Hospital in Lagos, the Solo General Hospital, and the K2 General Hospital. The pandemic has also enabled us to start a new facility, which we have a new Mercy Children Hospital coming up in Lagos. We have a new General Hospital in Ojo that is also ongoing, brand new. We also have a new mental and rehabilitation hospital that we have started at K2 Ejiri, also in the Ikorodu division. Fellow Lagosians, we do not know when another outbreak will occur, but I can assure you that indeed we're ready. Your state is ready to defend your territory and to ensure that in the event of any other one, we're ready for it. And that's why we're also ensuring that we can build our 300-bed isolation center. That's why we also have gone in an advanced stage as building our own African Research Institute at the Infectious Disease Center in Yaba. That's why we have also commissioned 3 oxygen plants at our various hospitals. Because of our outlook and quest to remain a globally competitive city-state, adequate investment in education for our children and young adults have become a defining attribute for your administration. Year on year, we have increased our budgetary allocation to education and integrated technology into our school curriculum. Your administration have completed over 1,097 school projects in just 2 years. We have built, and this is for the first time in a long time, we have currently built 6 brand new secondary schools from scratch. We have provided over 100,000 new tables and chairs for our children. We have added new 450 classrooms into our schools, and we have provided over 2,000 bed hostel spaces in our model schools. Our model schools that are boarding schools, we provided for them 2,000 brand new bed spaces in each, in all of those schools. We also introduced what we call the EcoExcel. EcoExcel is an education reform program that is targeted at developing highly skilled teachers through training, giving them support, and of course motivating them. The EcoExcel initiative has reached out to over 13,000 teachers. It has reached out to over 450,000 pupils, and it's been currently going on in over 1,000 schools in Lagos. Of course, our post-primary and tertiary institutions are also not left out at ensuring that we endeavor to rightly position education as a catalyst for socio-economic development in Lagos State. Last year, over 2,000 teachers were recruited into our public secondary schools, and we stretched the opportunity for a continuous learning with the establishment of additional 21 adult literacy centers, which took the number of such centers to 1,284 in our state.
The developmental blueprint that has brought so much success to Lagos is a strategic roadmap that the governor still holds on to and promises more results, especially on the long-awaited 4th Mainland Bridge, Okpebi Link Bridge, and a motorized mill.
It's important for us to know that this 37-kilometer bypass bridge and road has gone through a very, very rigorous tendering process, and we are at the final stage now. We are committed, and we're ensuring that before the end of this year, we will have signed the contracts for the award and the construction of the 4th Mainland Bridge. This, we believe, will change remarkably journey time on our roads, will change the options that our citizens have to move from one part of the city to another. And it's something that we believe, with the conversations we're having with our private sector, funding will not be an issue, because before we do the groundbreaking, the financial closure also must have been put behind, and we can be rest assured that the funding that will be required for the 37-kilometer 4th Mainland Bridge will have been concluded. The Blue Line is a 27-kilometer rail from Okokomaiko to Marina. The phase 1 of this rail, we believe, will have a passenger capacity of about 500,000 when it's completed. And so it's our belief that the Blue Line should be commissioned and be completed before the end of our administration. We have flagged off a 37.5 kilometer mass transit red line from Agbado. The phase 1 of it will end at Ebute Metta, but the phase 2 of it will be from Ebute Metta, also taking you to Marina. So the phase 1 of it consists of 10 stations and 8 overpasses. All of these have been awarded and construction have started. When it's operational fully, has the capacity to freight close to 1 million passengers on a daily basis. We'll be doing Okolonyu Bridge in Alimosho. We'll be doing Idowu Egba, the 2 wooden bridges that are causing hardship for our communities in Alimosho. The Mumuni Adio, which is the Buba Marwa, troublesome Buba Marwa Road in Ojo, will be fixed. The construction of Akeson or Badore Road in Alimosho as well is also on our radar. The Ademoye, Alake, Lankoko Road, also in Alimosho, is on our radar. It will be done. The construction of Fadaini Obale Road in Orile, Ijora, will also be done. It's part of our future. Omu Creek, which is a bridge over Omu River in Ibejuleki axis of Lagos, will also be done. We are also not forgetting the Lagos-Badagry Express Road. This is a road that we're not leaving undone. We're pushing and pushing to get to Okokomaiko. We also have for the future the Okpebi Link Bridge and Road, which will be connecting to Ojota. This is a transformational road infrastructure that we believe that our city and our citizens deserve in today. And these are part of the future road connection that we see that we're committed to, that we'll be doing with you. Looking forward as well is our rice mill. The Imota rice mill is scheduled for completion before the end of this year. Upon completion, the mill, which is currently the largest mill in the country, will have the capacity to produce about 2.5 million 50 kg bags annually. Not only will it be producing that large number, the mill also has a capacity to create about 200,000 jobs directly and indirectly all around the Imota and the Ikorodu axis. Ladies and gentlemen, the totality of all of these efforts is geared towards safe and a secure Lagos, where youth employment is guaranteed. With more than 2/3 of Lagos population falling below age 35, it is undisputable that the future of this state is in the empowerment of the youth and the security of that future. Our administration is therefore committed to working with the youth and promoting the safety of our environment going forward.
731 days and beyond, the Lagos State government is determined to deliver a robust integrated mass transit system, a well-funded security structure, and build a greater Lagos that will stand as an example of a 21st century mega city.
Can I hear your applause, please?
Lagosians, we are recording more cases of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic every day. The second wave is spreading like wildfire in our communities. It is deadlier, spreads faster, and kills faster. Our isolation centers are getting filled up, and more patients are on oxygen. More people are dying, and the young ones are not left out. You don't need to die in ignorance or arrogance and foolishness. Observe all the precautions. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water. If you don't have access to water and soap, please use an alcohol-based sanitizer. Use your face mask properly and regularly. If you have to go out or be in public, avoid large crowds. Observe social distance always. Do not hug. If it's not important, stay at home. Most common symptoms include include fever, dry cough or tiredness, aches and pains, sore throat, loss of taste or smell. Serious symptoms include shortness of breath, chest pain or loss of speech. Should you have any of these symptoms or know someone who does, please call the 24/7 Eco Telemed toll-free line on 0800 035 6633. We must take responsibility for our health and lives. We must fight coronavirus by being responsible. Please observe all precautions. The second wave of coronavirus is killing faster than you can imagine. Stay safe. Be responsible. Don't waste your life. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe, Lagos State Government announcer.
And that's it on this edition of the program. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayo Tunde Balogun. Until next time, please stay safe.